It's a good time to take pictures.
Hi, everyone. I'm Steven Stoneberg. I'm the COO and CFO of Bitrix Global,
and I'm the host of your video AMA today. And we're very pleased to be joined by two guests from Iqoniq, which is IQQ, the token. We've got Kazim Attila, who's the CEO of IQQ, and Meirav Harel, who's the COO of IQQ. Welcome, and thanks for joining us today. Really excited about our partnership with IQQ.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you for having us here.
So we're really happy to have you. So for these AMAs, we source questions from both the Bittrex global community and the sort of broader crypto community regarding the listing. So why don't we dive in and see what they want to know about IQQ. So for the first question, can you share the vision you have for your app?
Yeah, I will take that actually lead on that, Stephen. Before I go into the vision itself immediately, it's maybe a nice one step back here. It's why we actually set up Iqoniq. As you know, there are many dedicated apps in the sport and entertainment sector. For football, basketball, Formula One, tennis, boxing, music, movies, e-gaming, you name it. But you don't have a hub, a home where they all come together. And I learned one thing is, you have to study your target group, whoever it is. So in this case, we have three target groups: the rights holders, the fans, and last but not least, the brands. And by studying the target group, we found out their problems, their needs, their requirements, and their wishes. Based on their problems and their requirements and wishes, we created a fan engagement platform. So as you have seen many times, people are sitting down, what shall I do? Or how will I do this? How will I do that? We went from a total different, aspect from, okay, but what do they really need? What are their wishes? What are their problems? How can we solve the issues? And that is exactly what we have done. So we have created an all-in-one solution, unified platform for fan engagement related to all sports and all entertainment to have in one single place. What is our vision? Our vision is to become, the platform for all the fans around the world related to sports and entertainment, where they have all their, needs and requirements in one single place related to social media, content, gamification, web shop, ticketing, merchandise, or whatsoever. I mean, it's a very fragmented market, as you know, Stephen. Your club or your idol that you follow, they totally post differently on Facebook, then on Instagram, then on Twitter, then on their app, then on their web shop, you name it. And having everything and what you need and what you want to see in one single place, that is really, I think, the utopia for a fan to have it in, in one umbrella. So that is our vision to become, in the next 3 years, really the platform that we can fulfill those needs, requirements, and wishes to every fan around the world.
Great. That's awesome. And Meirav, do you have anything you want to
add? What Kazim said, I think that our vision is, I'd say, creating a better place for sports and entertainment fans, where users are not only able to see all the content and everything that they need in this segment, in this sector, in one place, but also are rewarded for what they're doing. And I think we're going to be explaining that a little bit more as we progress in this conversation. Stephen, have you frozen? I think, yeah. Oh, Kazim, we can now make a hello to everybody. We don't have Stephen here telling us what to do. We can just talk on whatever we want.
So let's see what happens.
I think we lost Stephen. Oh no.
No, I think he will log in a second, I think.
Yeah. Well, we can just ask ourselves questions.
Yeah, we can do that as well. I mean, we don't know, of course, what the fans have asked all of it. We know a few, so let's see what happens.
You know what? Maybe we could introduce ourselves and what we've been doing, who we are till now.
Yeah, so I think that's a good idea.
All right, so I'm going to introduce myself first, if that's okay.
Ladies first, Meirav.
Yes. All right. So for whoever has not ever met me before, I'm Meirav Harel. I'm located in Tel Aviv, and I'm a veteran in the fields of finance and technology for over 20 years. I managed one of the biggest security trading websites in Israel. I was a product manager and the business development manager there for 7 years. 4 years ago, I migrated into the fields of digital currencies and blockchain. I was the COO of Bancor. And I've been in this project for the last, I think, year and a half, Kazim, we're working together?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, so I started out as a programmer in the dot-com era. I'm that old, yes. And migrated into finance, became an investment consultant, and then a manager of an investment department, and combined the two, as I said, in Lumi Trade. So that's me in a nutshell.
Sounds great. I mean, we are taking over this entire show, I mean,
yeah, we can just do it ourselves. Kazim, what do you want to tell about yourself? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Kazim Attila. I'm the founder CEO of Iqoniq. I've been, in the business on different sectors for the last 25 years. Traveled around the world and to more than 60 countries, I think, which is, one of my proudest things, because seeing so many different cultures, people, learning from so many different, people around the world, and seeing what, how different things have been done. I think, it's one of the most beautiful things and wisdom that you can see, I believe.
Yeah.
So I've been in many different sectors. I studied economy and business and high economy school in Holland. I was born in Turkey, and when I was 4 years old, moved to Holland and grew up there, studied there, started my first initial business. And now over the since I would say since 2019, full-time on Iqoniq. Before that, really started the market research on Iqoniq, started creating the team. So, and here we are to talk about Iqoniq with Bittrex, but sadly enough, Stephen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, what we will do, we are seeing anyway, there was chats from the team. Yeah, I mean, we can go through the questions that Bittrex can send to us, and then, we just answer them like Stephen is there. So no problem with that.
All right. Do you want me to ask you the next question that we got from our audience?
Yeah, I mean, see what they write. That's fine. Let's do it. Let's start at least.
So they wrote like this. I have a question about the app. Here, Stephen is joining us.
Stephen is good.
Stephen, we cannot see you yet. Are you with us?
There you are. Hey, Stephen.
Can you hear us?
No, he has internet problems, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the internet.
Stephen?
He's frozen. I think his picture is frozen again. We lost him.
No,
all right, so I'll read the first question.
Over the show, Meirav, so let's
both of us are veterans in public speaking. So let's just all right. So I'm gonna ask the first question that we have that popped up here.
Cool.
So the question is this: when will the app be released? Do you have a target date? And what's the status of the project? What are the next steps?
Oh wow, so many questions in one question. Okay.
Yeah, somebody's very interested in this.
What's the state of the project? I will, start with, of course, we have been very busy over the last 2 years to get as many different rights holders on board as we could. So since January 2020, we have seen a tremendous growth over the last, 1 year of, getting into the market, getting assigned as many different rights holders as we can from as many different sports and entertainment, because it's all about that. We have now signed rights holders from more than about 10 different sports, including e-gaming, which includes, if we look at the different sports, football, basketball, handball, Formula E, Formula One, rugby, cricket, ice hockey, even in the e-gaming side, of course, with Konami eFootball Pro. So we are very, proud that there is a real understanding and a demand from the rights holders as well. And of course, COVID was I think opened the eyes for many different rights holders of what we had to offer and what kind of solutions we were bringing. So that is, from where we have coming from over the last 1 year. If we look at the app itself, we have been testing the app with our rights holders since November/December last year. Of course, due to the COVID and all the different things, we looked at the right date to launch the beta version and as well the global version. Now, we're talking with our partners, we're talking with our team. We are decided to actually do an exclusive sneak view, beta launch, whereby we will offer it, one, to the season ticket holders of our partners, two, to the pre-registered campaign users that we have started, and number three, to the token holders of Iqoniq, of IQQ. So with that, we will give them the opportunity to use the app, to get familiar with the app. What can they do? They will of course have more chance to win prizes, and as you said in the beginning, Mirav, of the gamification, the rewarding, etc. So instead of having millions in the app itself, there will be less. So they will get a full exclusivity access to the app itself. So we are very excited about that. The release date on this exclusive beta launch is not totally confirmed. The reason for that is for multiple reasons. One, to choose the right date of something special that we want to come out with, so can't say too much about that, but in the next 1 week or 1.5 weeks, together with our team, we will announce it. And for us, it's an exciting moment. It's the moment like opening the door, right, of your restaurant, of your hotel, of your house, and to go in and then to really see how the fans react to it. Of course, in the beginning, there will be a lot of things. Hey, this is not there. This is like this. Or we got a lot of great feedback from our partners. So we are really excited to see that as well from our fans and the users itself. And in the next, like I said, 1-2 weeks, we will really announce the right timing for the beta version and what you can do.
Perfect. And I think that there's another question here that kind of connects, and it goes, what is the status of the partners, and are there any expansion plans?
I mean, the status of the partners is as everybody has seen, we have been just expanding, growing. We have now over 100 different clubs, teams from the different sectors, sport sectors, as we mentioned. We are now also going really in the entertainment sector, which was, of course, our main goal, as we said, for all sports and for all entertainment to bring under one roof. So we can't wait to announce that. Secondly point is, of course, the idea is to get as many rights holders as from many different sports and entertainment as possible, and from many different regions. We are in negotiations with over, I would say, 175, 200 different rights holders from all the different sports, and also including entertainment. And these are far advanced negotiations, either heads of terms LOI signed or contracts ready to be signed. So and that really excites us. Why? Because it shows the belief in what we are doing, and why we are doing this, for these three target groups. And we hope to announce those in the next several months, upcoming. Of course, each contracts, our legal team has been working very hard, and getting ready really to the big global launch, because we want to get as many people inside before we do the global launch, and that is where we are going towards with all these partners.
Perfect. Do you want to take the next question and ask me?
Definitely. So what did they send? What is Bittrex? Okay. What will be the relationship between IQQ token and IQQ application, so the app itself? Will it be possible to use our tokens or earn more tokens in the app? And how will the IQ tokens be utilized in the app and the ecosystem itself?
All right, I'll take that one. So as Kazim has mentioned, we've kind of built, I'd say, a comprehensive ecosystem that is all in one, kind of like a fan engagement platform that it lets the fans to experience the different kinds of sports that they like, and enjoy them in I'd say very meaningful ways for them. And right now the fans around the world, everybody that likes sports is kind of like we mentioned at the beginning of this conversation, that everything is segmented, right? You need to go to Instagram to see live videos, and then you need to go to Twitter to see the latest quick updates from the match, and then you go to Facebook to see the photo albums, and FIFA to watch online games, and pay-per-view to watch special I don't know, matches, and it goes on, and YouTube to see extra content. And you know, all the social platforms, they allowed, you know, fans to reach you know, the sports that they like, but both sides kind of are missing, right? The I'd say the clubs themselves don't know a lot about their fans and who like them, and they can't really communicate with people that are on a different continent necessarily, and they don't necessarily get all the data that they would like in order to target groups, right? And the fans, on the other hand, don't have a real connection with the clubs and their stars, right? So Iqoniq kind of like takes all of these together and mixes them all up, and I think that if you kind of look at it, you see that we're kind of like, we put everything in one place, and the nice thing about it is that when people are going to be using Iqoniq, and they're going to be liking and commenting and sharing everything that they're going to be doing, you know, in a gamified way, we're going to be able to kind of like take a look at that and reward the users for every interaction that they have, right, with an appropriate amount of Iqoniq loyalty points. In some occasions, this kind of answers one of the questions there. They could also be getting IQQ tokens. So now it's kind of like, you could kind of like think about it as I'd say the entire system as you could look at it like a gamified social network, where the interactions are kind of like encouraged and rewarded, and kind of like, to answer the third part of your question, you kind of asked what can you do with IQQs, right? So first of all, you know, you can stake them, and then you have different tiers of how you're going to be rewarded when you're using the system. But you can also unlock it to, you can use the tokens to unlock exclusive merchandise and content that other people won't be able to see, and you can get discounts on products and services, including NFTs. And I think I see a question there that's going to be about NFTs, and I think that's the big one for us. It's an exciting part, and as I said, you can kind of like put when you stake or close the amount of IQQs that you have, your you know, your loyalty plan is different, and you can get more points, and kind of like accelerate the benefits that you're getting in the Iqoniq system. And of course, you can send over the IQQs and move them around, and, you know, send them to other people and your sports club if you want to endorse them or something. I think that kind of answers our questions, right?
No, definitely.
And I see another.
I actually want to add one thing, you know, for the people, you know, that are watching and maybe not, you know, seen and heard before what Iqoniq is, and as well the token element. It is very important to understand that the app itself, you don't need the Iqoniq tokens, own them, hold them to use the app. Now, we have seen many different applications which are integrating blockchain, whereby they say you need to have their tokens, you know, to use the application, whatever it is. In our case, it's not. I mean, we use blockchain, to be honest, like any other technology in our app itself. So when we developed the app on native iOS, native Android, PHP, Java, .NET, and other different, you know, coding languages. And this, of course, naked in the block, as they say, blockchain. And we only utilize and use the blockchain where it adds value. So for us, we mainly talk about the app itself, the business. What do we really solve? And wherever blockchain adds value, that's it. So and that means the way we have designed the IQQ token is based like similar to a frequent flyer program. Everybody understands frequent flyer program. That was also the mentality, the idea, when we started. I've been flying for 25 years, stayed in many different hotels over this 25 years, and of course airlines. And learned a lot about this frequent flyer programs and this loyalty programs. Mm-hmm. And what was the beauty about that is they want to reward you as a loyal, faithful customer that is coming every time back to the hotel, every time using the airline, and having different tiers. We did the same thing. And that is the beauty about the token itself. So there is a real utility in it. We want to reward the different token holders based on their tiers. So it accelerates your benefits within the ecosystem. And if you don't have it, you still, can do all the stuff within the app.
And you can enjoy everything. Exactly. That's right.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's an important part.
It is because I think that a lot of different projects that we've been seeing are kind of calling themselves blockchain projects, and we don't see ourselves that way. We see ourselves as a project that has to do with fan engagement in sports, and we're utilizing different kinds of technologies, including blockchain, including digital currencies, including VR, including I'd say diverse different technologies in the place where they're going to be giving the most benefit to the ecosystem that we are creating. So I think that, and I think that I see the next question kind of connects to what we said. So how exactly does IQQ help sports fans connect with their favorite sport idols and clubs? And I was like right in the middle of saying it. So exactly like you said, Kazim. So first of all, if you are holding the IQQs, and you don't have to hold them, right? Then you can get discounts on memberships. You can get a multiplier on the loyalty points, like you said, like different, like when you have frequent flyer points. Then if you're in a different tier, if you're silver or gold or platinum, you kind of like own a different amount of loyalty points. So that's the same idea that we created here. And you can also kind of connect with, I'd say with, can you guys hear the dings in the background? Can you hear that, or is that only me hearing and driving me nuts?
Oh, no, good. It's nothing here.
The Telegram is going crazy with more questions and more questions. I'm like, okay. So you can participate with Ask the Stars conversations with your idols, and you have VIP access to SportsGround, and you can access, like I said, special exclusive content and videos, and priority access to tickets for matches and shows and events. And even this is the one I like: dinner with teams, right? So the idea of using digital, I'd say, tokens to create an ecosystem where you connect the fans and the clubs and you give solutions, I think that's what we're aiming for, and that's what we're implementing in Iqoniq.
Sounds great. Okay, let's go. I mean, for the ones that are jumping in this video AMA. We have taken over the show. It's organized by Bittrex, of course. And the moderator
Iqoniq team takes over Bittrex.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a nice one. Like, we want to take over Iqoniq in the sports and entertainment based
we're taking over the world.
So we are doing it here as well on the Bittrex side. So and our moderator Stephen, the COO CFO for Bittrex, sadly had some internet problem. So for everybody's record for that. But we proceed further. Merab, there are of course more questions. So let's proceed here. You already touched that point, reference with the recent hype around NFTs. What are your thoughts on the NFTs that they're asking? Any plans to introduce them to the platform, etc.?
So, okay, this is one of my favorite parts, right? And everybody who's seen the tokenomics knows that this is a major part of what we're also doing. And actually, we've been speaking about, I think, ever since we met, Kazim, about collectibles in the sports area. And this was before what people are now calling the hype about NFTs. We called them digital collectibles, or real world collectibles that are also, I'd say, their ownership is written on the blockchain. This is how we kind of like referred to these things. And yes, this is a big part of what we're doing at Iqoniq. And we're talking about, I'd say, traditional collectibles like real merchandise, shirts and stuff like that, digital collectibles from the teams and the idols, memorabilia, even special, I'd say, experiences. And all of these can be and are going to be underwritten via NFTs. And we are looking forward to working with different platforms in regards to issuance, and also onboarding the teams to the combined platform about it. So I think that, yeah, NFTs are a big part of what we're doing, and we're looking forward to that,
No, cool. I actually like to, add something, which you already said in the beginning. It's the hype scenario on the NFTs, right? So everything that is new and everybody that sees, something really, popping up and growing, everybody tries to jump on it without really, creating a solution again. So we have seen, tweets selling over $2 million. We have seen, how would I say, even a drawing or a song, which you could see, or video content, you name it. I mean, when I first went to the United States, actually even before, when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, yeah, we were playing in schools, whereby you get cards, for football teams, your players,
or the
and you
baseball
want to,
teams. Yeah, the baseball cards.
exactly, you want to trade with that. And when I went to the United States, I got 97, 98. Whereby, I saw there was a huge market for memorabilia, for collectibles, like a Babe Ruth baseball ball, which is signed, and real stuff. It's something to have something nice in your hand itself. And when we started Iqoniq, one of our main aspects and topics, like Mirav said, is actually the collectibles. So real collectibles, real jerseys signed by. I mean, funny enough, I was reading today a news that yesterday during a Champions League, Manchester City against Dortmund, that one of the referees had asked for a signature on the red yellow card that the referees hold. So it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter which sport you love. Even this person who was seeing this player and having the signed signature card, it gives him this passion, right? If it's good or not good because he is referee, that's something else. But very importantly, from our point as Iqoniq, we always looked on physical, like Mirav said, collectibles, and whereby we always looked, how can we, how do you know it's a real signature? How do you know it's the right person? Which in the art world they call it covenant, right? Where does it come from? How did it get? And this beautiful blockchain, that is registered on the blockchain itself, that you can follow, the first moment that this collectible came to the market, have been sold from me to Mirav, from Mirav to John, etc. And that is the main aspect, and utilizing this non-fungible token related to that product, that is where we are focusing on. So we are not in the hype market. We didn't neither start Iqoniq as a fan engagement because during the COVID, that was even before. And that's the same thing that we want to make clear, that even with this collectibles, which we are coming out, and that is the exciting news as well, I think, with the beta launch, which you can't say too much, but with a very exciting a few collectibles, physical collectibles related, and these are one-off collectibles, and we can't wait to get it out. So I just want to make the point as well on that.
Kazim, I'm just going to add one more thing about this, that I think that one of the things that we're kind of like seeing throughout all of our questions and all our explanations about Iqoniq is that as opposed to other, like what you said, that there are hypes and people doing things just for the sake of technology. What we're doing in Iqoniq is that we're taking the technology and utilizing it or implementing it in order to solve real world needs. Okay, so loyalty points is something that we all know. How do you implement that with digital currencies? We're doing that, right? And NFTs are something that everybody's playing with, but how do you really utilize them in a way that is a use case that shows how can we do this properly? Again, we're doing this. So I think that kind of like we're leading the way in real world, I'd say, implementations of these technologies without the hype, because it's really answering the needs of the market. Ready for the next one, Kazim?
Yeah, let's proceed. We're doing well.
So I'm looking at the next one. Okay, what are the plans of the 70% staking and growth fund?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen that actually quite a bit of those questions from people in the communities itself. The growth fund has been set up, of course, to support the growth of the company. So it's a treasury, which every company around the world does as well. And we thought, again, based on the quantity that we brought, based on building the community, again, it's a fan engagement, so a more personal, more rewarding, and a more purposeful, as we always say. So the more rewarding, we want to reward as well the people, the token holders, when they stake the token, because they believe in the project. They don't want to sell it. Of course, in the market, we know, when you buy tokens, there are for multiple reasons, right? So as an example, to name one, Dogecoin. When you have the Dogecoin, yeah, people jump on it. It was fun. It was, and then why did you own it? Because, hey, it's going up. And then, a particular person make a nice statement on Twitter, poof, it goes all the way up. And for one reason, you holders, you buy it, is because you want to, make a profit with it. In our case, we have seen a lot of people from day one, which started when we opened the platform to buy the tokens in around October last year. They really loved the project. They really believed in it. They and hereby we like to thank them as well. That they are from day one with us. Many of them are still with us. Many of them saying, "Hey, I want to stay in. I believe in the project." That gives us a great feeling, and I thank them all hereby. But when we go to the staking element, so we said, okay, what do we do? It's like, when you have money in the bank and you put it in an interest-bearing account, you get, of course, the bank rewards you. So we said, why not doing, a similar element, so that while they staking their tokens, they will get rewarded depending on the tiers. Again, same thing as the frequent flyer program, right? Tier 1, 2, 3, 4. They get, tokens, rewarded by the IQQ tokens. So they are part of the system. They can utilize all the acceleration benefits, as we said, when you hold the tokens, right? And this is the same element as well. So from the staking element, we give them the different opportunities. And we are even working to make it even more excited. So while during this staking, we will give them some great benefits, some great rewards separately of the IQQ tokens itself as well. So that is based on the question on the staking, on the 70% on the growth fund itself.
Perfect. I'm going to give you another one.
Cool.
How does Iqoniq differentiate itself from other sports fans related platforms like Chili's or the football coin, TFC?
Yeah, we get again also that many times the question, who is our competitor? Why are we different, or what is the difference?
We get that question a lot.
So yeah, so let me get back what I said in the beginning when Stephen was still on the meeting. We have created a unified all-in-one solution platform for all sports and all entertainment to bring under one roof. So that is one big difference of anything else. Forget Chili's, forget the football coin and many others. That's an important part. So even all the other products that are in the market, from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which are social media, you have fan engagement related apps, which are related to one sport or one feature or one product or whatsoever. So we have unified that, bringing all sports and also all sports and entertainment, reward the loyal fans as they need to be rewarded, because without the fans, there is nothing.
Right.
And I say always the same thing. You know what? In the ecosystem, there are three rights holders. The three target groups: rights holders, fans, and brands. My explanation is, even though we built it for the three target groups, we are a fan-centric platform. And what does that mean? Very simple to explain. You can live without your legs, your arms, your nose, your eyes, your ears, even your kidney, but you can't live without your heart. And the heart symbolizes the fans. And now more than ever, every rights holder sees it as well. When there are no fans in the stadium, when there are no fans looking or watching the game, the match, the race, when there are no fans that goes to the shop and buy brands, you don't have rights holders and you don't have brands. And that is the importance actually on the fans' point of view. So if we look at, again, to come back on the two names that has been mentioned, Chili's and the football coin. The football coin, it's a nice fan engagement platform. They have done nice features, but related to do challenges whatsoever. What an idol, a club, an influencer is doing. And again, that's one element to it. So we go further, right? So where they stop, we go multiple further. And related to Chili's and many companies like Chili's, because Chili's is not the only one in the market. We have seen like Bitchi is doing what Chili's does, issuing this club fan token, right? And again, this club fan token relates to one club where they issue, which you as a fan can do different items related to that club, just to that club itself. Now, again, we are a fan engagement platform, so whereby, again, created a unified platform for all sports and all entertainment to bring under one roof with multiple different features that you would normally use on a daily or weekly basis, but via 3, 5, 7, 10 different apps, different sport apps and things. And now with us, we don't. So that is a huge difference with the likes of, names, the Football Coin, the Chili's, or you name it. And it, it's you can't even call it a competitor. Maybe they see us as a competitor for many different actions, what we have seen in the market. But I mean, it's definitely not a competitor for us, of us. And there are, I mean, like I said, I can go on with the multiple reasons why they don't even come close as a competitor, So that is the situation.
I think, Kazim, if I'm not mistaken, we're one of a kind. I don't think there's anybody that does the scope and breadth of what we're doing, because we can see for each little segment that Iqoniq is doing, there are separate, different, I'd say, you can't even call them competitors because it's only on one segment. I don't think anybody brings the umbrella of what we're kind of offering, right?
I mean, that's why we called Iqoniq, right?
Yeah.
So it's unique. So I mean, yes, correct. Because if you take, as an example, we have our own OTT, right? Mm-hmm. So if you take OTT, you take the OTT companies. They're the only one thing, OTT. If you take the social media content, etc., so they have the social media. If you take the ticketing companies, they only do ticketing. The merchandise, the reward, the gamification, statistics, scores, you name it. And exactly as you said, having everything as an umbrella in one single place, no. And that's the reason.
Nobody has that.
It accelerated so much the adoption of the traction by all these rights holders and the different brands that we are talking. It speaks for itself. Very simple, because it really comes with something different.
Want to ask me the next one?
Yes. What did I get? Okay. So the users are asking, Mirav, what are the future plans of new centralized and decentralized exchange listings, which of course everyone wants to know that wants to hold and trade with the IQQ tokens?
Oh yeah, we're getting so many questions after having gone on Bittrex, which of course we love very much. So the thing is this, that if I want to talk about our listing, we have a strategy, and we've been going according to the strategy. And it's kind of proving itself. First of all, we're targeting the major tier 1 and tier 2 exchanges currently. And I'd say that according to our plan, we're kind of planning to do the decentralized exchanges, I'd say, in the next couple of weeks. I think after we kind of stabilize what we're doing right now on the centralized exchanges. And we're just doing it step by step in a very according to the strategy. If I think that our audience, I guess, kind of like hears what we're saying, that we're not, I'd say, we don't jump from one thing to the other in Iqoniq. We're very, very systematic. We know where we're going. We know what we're doing, and we're doing it one step after the other in a very systematic, and I'd say with a lot of thought. Okay, because what you said a few questions ago, that the timing of when we're releasing our app has to do with what's happening around the world. You want to know when you're opening the gates, and you want to be connected to what's happening around you, and you want to do it in a systematic approach. So yeah, we are planning to be on centralized and decentralized exchanges, and we're doing them one by one according to the strategy that we had. And I think, I'm looking at the next questions, and then people are asking, when are we going to be on CoinMarketCap? So CoinMarketCap actually has already been, we already submitted the forms, and it takes a while for them to kind of put things online. So it's just a matter of time for it to come up and show for everybody. We're already there, as everybody knows. We're on CoinGecko already, and we're trading on big exchanges right now, and we're just continuing with our plan, and step by step.
Cool. Excellent.
Want me
Let's
to
go
ask
to
you
the
the next
next.
one, Kazim?
Yes, please.
All right. So, what are the immediate and future plans of Chain Protocol?
I mean, we see that in the market as well. There is a lot of new, chain protocols coming in the market. When we were looking in the beginning, and I always say utilizing, technology, it has to benefit the ecosystem. As an example, we always made a presentation whereby when we came to the blockchain sector, part 95% we talk again about, as sport and entertainment, right? So on the blockchain side, we have one page of maybe 45 pages, and and I say to people, what are you doing? What's your business? When you hear, oh yeah, we are a blockchain company. Yeah, but okay, what's your service? Yeah, we are blockchain. Yeah, but what do you solve? Yeah, but what do we solve? I mean, we are DLT, we are this, but what do you solve? What is your product? And they can't, because they want to talk about we are blockchain. No, we are a fan engagement platform for all sports and entertainment, and utilizing different technologies. So when we were looking at the blockchain, which we looked at it, from the 2017. So we grew as well with the blockchain, and we saw many different problems. Blockchain is not the holy grail. I mean, any big company that is in the blockchain sector, that is developing blockchain products, IBM, even the biggest Fortune 500, I mean, it's not the holy grail itself. If it was, I mean, people will stop everything and go with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's doing very well. It's adapting. And there is no difference when internet came out. When internet came out, really into the market, so from 1999, 2000, 2001, of course, it was existing before, but that the public got it. I still remember, I used it, those days when before used internet and email, I had fax machine. So, you were getting a fax, and you get the whole fax rolls, and then you did an email. And then email was one paragraph. Whatever the lines was, you push it and it took 5 minutes. And it took 5. And if it kicks you out of the internet, you don't have it. And when people go back 20 years, and I'm sure when people watching us, when they say, oh yeah, I remember that, and an email box. If you had an email, I mean, with 15 emails, no attachment, you had a full email box. I remember my first email created, which, my best friend created to me, for me. He says, hey, you travel a lot. Why don't you do, email? Email? What email, and then I did. And then I got 15 emails, and I got back to him angry. He said, man, it's full. I have to delete. Oh, man, you got the floppy disk. But, now you can send, 2 gigabyte, right, through, different applications. It's, it's email. Even though it's going so fast, people want more. People want faster, right? Do it now. So again, on the chain protocol, when we looked at it, we said there are problems. So, and everyone who sends Ethereum or deals with Ethereum, Bitcoin, buys, sells, and everyone complains, oh my God, I have to pay so much, Ether gas, this, that. And that's why we saw that from the beginning as well. And we looked at the private blockchain, and we started with a company that we were working with to create our own private blockchain. But over the months, while we were looking, we are not, it's like, we are creating our own iOS or our own Android. No, iOS knows they are good in what they do. They're investing money, Android do it, and we built on top of it. So we said, does it make sense and smart to create our own chain and develop it further, etc.? Maybe yes, maybe no. But we thought, why not looking at other companies, what they will do? And there is a lot of companies that came out, which everybody knows without mentioning names, which has created this chain protocols, and which is faster transactions per second. The gas fees, instead of 30, 40, 50, even hundreds of dollars for sending one token, now is 0.0001 cents, whatever of course the chain protocol charges for it. It is scalable, it is, and much more. So yes, we wanted to do it actually from day one, but due to the exchanges, if it's Bittrex, if it's Bitcoin.com, and all the other exchanges that we were talking about, it was always, if it's a new chain protocol, the first question is, hey, has it been already implemented in our exchange? Right. If it's not, right, it takes a while, it's headache. It's not our business. The chain protocol needs to do that. So we said we will do the ERC20 token, and then we will see how that runs with everything that we are doing. And when the chain protocol, which we, by the way, have been talking to several chain protocols, very excited with, few we got even, far advanced negotiations, and those will also come out very soon. So great news on that level as well, which again, our app will benefit from it. The fans will benefit from it, users, everyone in the ecosystem benefits. So that is the chain protocol story, actually.
Perfect. I think we're kind of like almost at the end, right? We only have 11 minutes. Yeah. And I see that there are a few small questions that have to do from sports fans. Okay, I'm collecting them together. So fans in Latin America are wondering about any specific plans you can share for their region. Hello, people from Latin America.
Yes, and if they even join, I mean, it's still a bit strange, a little bit.
Yeah,
anyway, we have fun, we are doing well,
and there now?
Yeah, we are in.
Good morning,
it's like,
Latin America.
Exactly, like you are in a CNN invited studio, and then suddenly the anchor or the moderator is not there anymore. We are taking over the studio stuff. So
in this case, Iqoniq taking over Bitrex.
Exactly. In this case, it feels like we are taking over Bitrex. So, Stephen, if you see us,
maybe nobody's even listening to us. We don't even know. Maybe we're the ones that are on the moon, and the world is gone, and it's just the two of us, talking to ourselves and pretending that there's an audience, right?
Exactly,
so
but it's still good.
Give us an indication. People from Latin America, are you with us?
But they will do the video. But it's fun. At least we have fun. So that's the main thing. And at least they will do the video so everybody will see.
But to get back to recorded.
The question, exactly. So to get back to the questions, fans in Latin America. Again, what did we say in the beginning? We built a platform for all sports, all entertainment from around the world. So, which means we are, non-regional, non-borders, non-country, every country around the world. We want to get, the rights holders, the fans, of course, which are around the world, inside the platform itself. We have been, as mentioned, in the far advanced negotiations with over 175, 200 rights holders. We have, of course, as well negotiations with the agents, agencies, directly with the idols themselves, with idols as well. So very exciting to get that ongoing, and we have signed already several contracts on that. So we're coming out with that as well. So really happy with it. But for South America, it's not only Latin America. It's it's South America. It is North America, it is Europe, it is Asia, it is Australasia, it is Africa. Every continent we want to bring in, and so very soon, and I say very soon because again, like I said, there is a lot of exciting news coming out. We have to do still a lot of work. We are not there with everything, and we're coming out for the news as well for all different rights holders from those countries in South and Latin America.
All right. And then somebody's asking us, do you think Iqoniq will ever sponsor Series A?
Sponsor? Serie A. I mean, I don't know the exact question, but if I think about being a partner, tight partner, sponsor from Serie A, I mean, no, I don't think so. It's always nice to partner with leagues. I mean, we are very, very, very proud that we, of course, are an official fan engagement partner of La Liga, the league. We are, of course, EuroLeague basketball, another league, great partners, great family. I call them, from the Iqoniq family. 2 leagues, 42 clubs, reaching almost over 200 million basketball fans. Same thing with the EHF, European Handball Federation. Amazing people. And 40 clubs, reaching over 115, 120 million handball fans around the world. And yeah, I mean, Serie A, of course, we have our first partner in the Serie A with AS Roma, which we are very, more than happy, thrilled about, proud about. And, who knows what the future brings us, right? We take everything step by step. And like you said, in one of the questions, we have a strategy. which we follow on each department: technology, sales, marketing, listing, whatever it is. And this is the same thing as well. So when the time comes, who knows what brings, but we have a lot of being busy with all the different leagues. So at this moment, not direct plans for it.
Okay, how about the World Euro Cup? One member asked, "I hope you will do something for the World Euro Cup, will you?"
Oh, the World Cup. It's the pinnacle of sports, right? Whatever sport it is, World Cup. World Cup. Football is that fighting sports, athletics. It's and of course you have then on top of that the Olympics.
Right.
It's an amazing element to get involved. I always say I'm one of the biggest sport fans around the world. For different reasons. Of course, one of the main reason, of course, of my own accident that I had when I was a 6-year-old child. Kid, which came, a shopping truck accident that drove over my stomach, and being handicapped for almost 10 months, 11 months, and sport saved me. Sport, gave me, and one of my favorite sports was football, and is still football. Do I like all the other sports? Oh yeah, I've done all of them. I done martial arts. I became twice Dutch champion Kempo. I did taekwondo. I did basketball. Everything you can imagine, and looking at the World Cup football, and I still remember '82, whereby I got, addicted to it, when the first World Cup came out. For me, when I saw it, really experienced, I was, 10 years old. It was overwhelming, and it's still overwhelming for me. If we can do anything with the World Cup or the European Championship, I would be the proudest. But again, everything is step by step. As they say, first crawl, then walk, and then jump. That is our motto. And with our partners, with the fans, with everyone, who knows where we will go, right? The beauty about dreaming, imagination, there are no limits. They say sky is the limit. Maybe for some. For me, sky is not the limit, because then you put a limit. If you say sky is the limit, you put a limit. There is no limits. Dare to dream, dare to do whatever. Dare to start a business. Don't worry about what do people think about people say you live once. You live once, you die once. I don't agree with that. You live every day. Every day that you wake up, you are blessed. I look at my 2 legs, I have my 2 arms, I have my eyes, I breathe, I'm healthy. You live every day. If you don't live every day, you will die every day. And that's the problem in the market, and that's the passion about sport entertainment. It brings people together. I get a quick smile when I talk about sport and entertainment. It's like a child going into a candy shop, saying, "Oh my God." Exactly, yeah. So, and that is the case. So, long story short, when at the right time, who knows? And there is much more. But let's keep that for a later stage.
All right, I think we're kind of like at the end of our time. Oh, Joy is joining us. Hello, Joy. We're not alone in the world, Kazim.
Yes.
Well, I'm jumping in to wrap up the AMA, unless there's any other points you'd like to make.
No, I take this liberty and the opportunity to thank, of course, Bittrex, who supported us from day one. The likes of Chris, great job that you stood with us, assisted us, and the rest of the team at Bittrex. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great team. Great working with you guys. Great experience.
Even though some people tried to stop us to list on Bittrex, for different reasons, but so we are very happy with that. Thanks for Joy. I'd like to hereby as well thank everyone who tuned in this takeover by Mirav and I when we kicked out Steven, when we kicked out Steven of Bittrex, and anyone who believed from day one in Iqoniq, the vision, the philosophy. Again, I'm not talking about tokens. I always say as well, tokens separate. Is the business, is the philosophy and the vision. If you don't believe the vision, philosophy, don't get involved. It's very simple. We have a vision, we have philosophy. So I like to thank them as well. I like to thank everyone. We even does positive critics, that we can learn from it. We are human beings. We make mistakes, but we have to learn from mistakes. And I always say what is good can be better. And we will work every day around the clock to make it with our team better than yesterday and getting ready for tomorrow. So thank you all.
I can kind of like say that Kazim works 24/7. I don't think he sleeps.
Really? The sky is not the limit. For sure.
I lose it at 1 a.m. I lose it, right? Kazim at 1 a.m. like, Rob, you need to sleep, okay? You're starting to not be yourself, right? And then I need to sleep.
Exactly,
Kazim doesn't need that. He's up at 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. He's up all the time.
Well, you guys are going to go far. Mayrav, Kazim, on behalf of Bittrex Global Team, thank you for joining us today, and more like taking over the show. You two are clearly pros. So we're really delighted to be partnering with IQQ, and we love what you're doing to bring sports fans and their idols closer together. Listeners, if you want to learn more about Iqoniq, please go to iqoniq.com, iqoniq.com, and make sure you keep your eyes out for the launch of their app. Thank you again, IQQ.
Thank you, Joy, and thank you, Bittrex.
Thank you, Mira. Thank you, Bittrex.
Thank you, Kazim. Take care.